Hello, this is Mike at TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Jayco Whitehawk 21 FBS travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around this, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A few things to take into consideration when you're parking. On your campsite, leave plenty of room for that awning. On your off campsite, of course leave room for your big old slide, but I also want you to think about where your power and water connection is going to be. Your power cord is going to come out right behind your tire on your driver's side of your tow vehicle, and then your water docking station is going to be right above there. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook our hitch, first thing we're going to do is level our unit. The unit has a powered tongue jack. Night docking light should you arrive at night. Simply raise or lower the unit until you're level. Now there is a manual override right here. If you lose power, the hand crank will fit down in there. Get this up and down without power. Speaking of power, check your battery post every now and then. Make sure nothing's wiggled loose over time. Once we got our unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. Scissor stabilizing jacks on all four corners. 3/4 inch hand crank. You can use a drill gun or an impact driver. I just recommend that you slow down when you get to the bottom. I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Pads will protect the feet of these from dirt and debris, hot blacktop, keep them from sinking into that in the summer. Put them down, get a 4-pack of those from our store with your 10% off coupon, and run these down and just until they're taut. Once you've got some resistance on your hand crank and it feels like it's going to lift the unit, stop. Remember, our unit's already level. We just want to stabilize it. Get all 4 of them down. Got 2 in the front, 2 in the back here. Got your unit level and stable. We'll go ahead and hook up our power. Now your power cord actually stores right inside here. It'll go back inside there. Big long 30 amp cord will pull out from inside there. It'll go and plug in. Now at the end of that 30 amp service, should you need to, there is a 30 to 15 amp reducer. It comes with your convenience pack in case you need to plug into a 110. That's the power plugged in. Let's hook up your water. At campsites, we're going to hook up this city water connection. First thing, a water pressure regulator. One that comes with your convenience pack is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use these because you don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites. Hook that up. Hook up your hose. Don't turn on your water yet. Let's find your hot water heater. Right around this back. This is your hot water heater, and all we're doing at this point, make sure your drain plug's in. Get some plumber's tape around that, not putty. Putty will gum up on you. Get some plumber's tape around that. Get that in there nice and snug. Once that's in there tight, you can go ahead and turn that hose on. After the hose has been on for a few minutes, you can go ahead and open up the slide if you need to, but I need you to get in there and open up all of your water taps. Get inside, open up all of your water lines, showers, sinks. Get a nice steady flow of water going through them. All the air out of the lines, shut them off, and you're all set to camp. Now let's say you're going to go dry camping. In that case, we're going to fill up our freshwater tank, which is over here on our campsite. No need for a water pressure regulator here. You can gravity fill this with a hose. 2 ways to tell it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right there. Or 2 on the inside where you check the level of your black and gray tanks. There's also a freshwater button. Keep an eye on that while you're filling it up. Once it's full, remove that hose. Put this cap back on there. And then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump indoors. Don't turn on your water pump and using the city water on the other side, and that's already pressurized. You won't need that pump. All right, we're all set to camp with power and water. Let me go ahead and walk you around the unit. Continuing here on the outside on our campsite, we got a couple of outdoor speakers. There is a vent for your hood range. Again, our fresh water. You can set a TV outside. There's a 110 and cable hookup for that. Access panel to the back of your fridge for techs. This is approved for your furnace. A few things on that. 1, make sure it's never blocked. 2, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of it. It does get hot. And 3, they do make bug guards you can put over these to keep bugs from getting in them when you're not utilizing it. They do have a level on your unit already, so you can keep an eye on that when you're bringing up and down your tongue jack. Big pass-through storage area. Again, our battery. Propane is on a regulator. Simply point it toward the tank you wish to be using, lefty-loosey to open. There's a cover for your propane. On our off-camp side, pass-through storage as well. Another level. Low point drain, you'll be able to access this easier when our slide's closed, but that's going to be your fresh water. Dump your fresh water tank. Big storage area here. Again, our city water, you got an outdoor porch light. Turn that on from indoors. Hot and cold shower. Your 751 key, silver one will fit that, open that up. Again, our power, cable, black and gray tanks. We'll dump those here in a little bit when we're leaving the campsite. Spare tire with a cover. Keep an eye on your spare tire. Make sure it doesn't dry rot over time. That's a big thing about this spare tire cover. It's going to keep it from doing that. Again, our hot water heater. Our other low point drain. They are right there. We'll dump those when leaving the campsite as well. What covers everything out here? Let's go take a look on the inside. This is to hold your door open. Screen door will open and close separately. Coming up inside your unit, first thing I like to point out is your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of emergency. To the left of that is going to be my carbon monoxide and propane detector. Up here you got a 110 with GFCI reset. All the way up, we got our awning control. On your awning, you only want to run that out. I can't run it out all the way, we're running out of room here. But only run that out until that white flap falls down and you can see your silver bar. If you hold that button down, that will continue to run itself out past that point and start to run itself up backwards. So keep an eye on it when you're running it out and don't run it out further than you need to. Runs it kind of quick. That comes in. I'm going to go ahead. Now, we don't need to close the door. We'll go ahead and continue here. Here's a slide control. We'll utilize that when closing the unit up. Here's where you check your brand new battery, fresh, black, and gray tanks. Here's where you turn on your water pump when using it fresh water. Your water heater would hook to electric. You turn on here. Water heater would hook to gas. Turn on here. It does make a difference. Choose correctly. Tons of lighting here. And then this will be your porch light. Coming inside, got a lot of individual lighting by hand. Got a sink with some plumbing to maintain. Just keep an eye on things. Make sure nothing's wiggled loose over time. There's your keys. You have an antenna. If you crank that all the way to the right, it's going to bring that antenna up. I'll go out and show that to you. See if we can see it from the doorway here. There it is. And then just crank it to the left to bring that back down. If you want to bring that down when you're traveling, you'll feel it stop. Self-explanatory microwave. A light and fan above your cooktop. Just turn this to light, hit your spark, and that's how those all light up. Your oven does have a push to hold pilot light to do, and then turn it to your desired temperature. Below your ovens, your breaker box and fuses. A couple 15s, a 30 and a 40. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. North cold fridge, pretty easy to explain here. We'll go from off over to auto. Auto means when you're plugged in, you're running off electricity. As soon as you unplug, you're on gas. If you turn this to gas, if that light starts flashing, check your gas. Your gas is low. 1 through 5, 5 being the coldest over here. I've got some more lighting above our bed. Storage underneath our bed. Table will fold down and sit on these wooden lips here. Put your flat cushions on top of that, and that'll give you another sleeping quarters. Find some remotes here. Should be one for your TV somewhere. There it is. Turn your sound system. Might not pick up much in this metal building, but there we go. AM, FM, Bluetooth. Indoor speakers, outdoor speakers. Modes. iPods in, Bluetooth, aux, AV, FM. So a nice sound system.
Amen.
Above that, your TV. I found your remote. Let's crank that on. I want to mention on your TV, over here is where your cable goes in. There's a little button to push to turn that green light on. Before you get in, when you arrive at your campsite, go in here to your home and run a digital channel scan for your local channels. Make sure that light is on. That'll help you pick up more channels. Your remote is actually stored up here. Got a smoke alarm here. Coming back into our bathroom. Just want to mention in here, we've got a fan, the hand crank open vent. More plumbing to keep an eye on. Here's the access panel right here. Make sure your shower door is snapped closed for travel so this doesn't bounce open on you. And I believe that about covers everything in here. Let me go ahead and walk you through closing the unit up. But you have a nice shade up here. Well, let me find your thermostat and turn on your heat and air. Found it back in the corner. Alright, let's go ahead and turn the AC on. Get that to crank up. Get a quick dump on these. Close those up, pushes more through here. Or if it's hot in here, just open up these quick dumps. Now you notice when I shut the AC off, it shuts off rather quickly. Now I'm going to crank this up and turn the heat on. Alright, now that's going. What you will notice, when I shut the heat off, the fan actually takes a few minutes to cycle through before it shuts off, compared to the AC. Alright, let's go ahead and close the unit up. I like to start by shutting off my lights, because then I can walk through the unit, shut off all the interior lights that don't shut off from the main. Then I can come back here, turn on my main lights, and say doors and drawers. Walk through the unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede your slide from coming in. Vent in the bathroom is closed. Come over here and just hit slide in. Again, as that comes in, I want to mention if your TV is out on the swivel, make sure it's tucked away. These doors are most importantly need to be closed. We don't want to break things just bringing our slides in and out, and I've seen it happen. So just take your time and make sure you're doing things proper. As your slide comes in, why did you hear that noise? That's just the slide mechanism saying it's in all the way. Shut off our light, exit the unit. Make sure you don't try to snatch this closed without unhooking that first. So before you leave the dump station, lock and deadbolt this door. And I say that because you're going to go inside and watch those levels when we're dumping our tanks. Alright, if we are at a camp out dry camping, we're going to bring up our stabilizing jacks, come over here in front of our tires, and dump our freshwater tank, and head on home or to the nearest dump station, whatever we're in need of. If we're at a campsite, we're going to bring up our stabilizing jacks, unhook our power, our water, our cable, hook up our hitch, and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump's going to be on your driver's side of your tow vehicle, just behind your tires. The 10-foot hose comes with your convenience pack. Hook that up and pull your black handle. Now, when it sounds like it's no longer draining, go inside, check the level of your black tank. If it looks empty, go ahead and close that black tank up. Come out here and open up your gray tank. Now, while my grays are draining, I like to come around here, dump my low point drains. And those look like they're no longer draining. If we're done camping for a while, come back here to your hot water heater. You're going to lift up on this pressure release valve. Now be careful, it's going to dump some hot water. When that's done, push that back down, otherwise your door won't close. And then you can pull your drain plug for the residual hot water that's left in there. Keeps you from keeping stagnant water in there. All right, when our grays are done, we're gonna close up our gray handle, take our sewage hose, and conveniently, and most importantly, sanitarily, I'm gonna store it right here in our bumper and head on home. You got a screw you got to loosen up here in order to get this in there. But that's all you need to do. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Whitehawk for many years to come. Happy camping.